Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. The only source of knowledge is experience. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. A question that sometimes drives me hazy. Am I or are the others crazy? No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive. It is strange to be known so universally and yet to be so lonely. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. The gift of fantasy has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing positive knowledge. The hardest thing to understand in the world is the income tax. In matters of truth and justice, There is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. Never do anything against conscience even if the state demands it. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. I am not only a pacifist but a militant pacifist. I am willing to fight for peace. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. Few people are capable of expressing with equanimity opinions which differ from the prejudices of their social environment. Most people are even incapable of forming such opinions. It gives me great pleasure indeed to see the stubbornness of an incorrigible nonconformist warmly acclaimed.